What is up, guys? Bob 3 Boss here, and first off, I just want to start this video by saying thank you everyone who watched my last video. Did not expect it to get that many views, but I just want to say if you are viewing, please subscribe. It's literally just a tap away, or a button away, or a click away. Please subscribe, please like. But yeah, did not expect to get that many views, but yeah. Anyway, so what I want to talk about today is why Dragon Ball Z Final Stand has such a low player count. And I think it was the first time I've seen the game drop below 1,000 active players. It was around 976 players by the time I checked it, which is tremendously low, especially for a game of this stature. And if we remember, the OG had an active around 20,000 average. Like back in, they had around like 20,000. Sometimes, like, I think the peak number was around 60,000. So this is more just like a rant video and just sharing my opinions. So I just want to say, number one, the biggest problem with this game is it's too dependent on nostalgia. Like, the game focuses less on its personal development and more on players playing the game who've played it before. If you've noticed, with the player base of this game, none of them are really new. Everyone already knows kind of what to do. They already, like, you never see anyone who's really confused about the game, unless it's about something new that was newly added to the game. So the reason being, everyone who's playing this game has already played the OG. And obviously there's no problem with that, because at the end of the day, we're kind of like the main target audience of the game. But the problem with that is, if there are no new players, when the people who are currently playing the game stop playing it, then you're going to have no players. And it's inevitable for us to stop playing or not play as often, because everyone who used to play this game at the time was either a middle school student or in early high school and didn't have that many responsibilities. Like me, I'm a college student now. I have a job, I have responsibilities, I have other better things to do than playing Dragon Ball Z Final Stand on Roblox. Matter of fact, I have better games to play, period, than Dragon Ball Z Final Stand on Roblox. So that's the biggest problem with the game right now, the biggest problem with the game's player base right now. No one's really that invested or interested anymore, because back then we had nothing to do. We could have just, there were times I used to do all-nighters on this game. I spent years grinding on this game. I literally, my assignments were so easy, so playing this game was just a part of my daily life, and I just can't do that anymore. So in order for this game to prosper, they need to make it more new player friendly. It's kind of just left to you to figure stuff out in this game, and you kind of have to be part of the community if you really want to succeed in this game. Now, I'm going to touch up more on the community in a later video, probably my next video. I was actually going to make that video today, but I'm leaving that for later. So if you want to progress in this game, or you want to succeed in this game, you want to get to a high level in this game, you have to be part of the community. That way you can find raids better. That way you can do missions with people together. Because when you have such a low player count, you're rarely going to have people to do missions with. And the fact that missions are mostly meant to be two players or more in this game, that's not a good thing. Because if you have missions that require 2 or more people and you're only one person, you're not going to be able to complete any of those missions by yourself, making you frustrated and not even want to play the game anymore. So the game is too nostalgia based. It's not new player friendly whatsoever. There's no new players that can play this game and genuinely have a good time, and that is a big problem that needs to be fixed. And I'm not the type of person who just sits down and complains about things without actually giving a reason why I complain. I'll actually give solutions. So one very easy solution to this would be to listen to the community, because yes, even the people who are not part of the community would benefit from the developers of the game listening to the community. I mean, as much as we can beg and beg, the developers of the game just don't seem to care much about what the player base thinks. And I will keep on repeatedly saying this. They do this because they do not play the game. the players, the developers of this game, they start this game. Let me show you something. So I'm gonna go to my shop. I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom, and you see moves like this, level 9,999. Now, obviously, you might be thinking, okay, that's just a move that's going to be released later. No, the developers of this game can use these moves because they're level 9,999. Because they can just sit down and type in a code to make themselves that level, to give themselves a certain amount of XP. So they don't have to go through the leveling process as players do. They don't have to find raids, find parties. They don't have to go through the hardship. They don't have to fight bosses that are tracking you down across the map. They don't have to face the aggro issues. They don't have to face the issues that the players have to face. They don't have to face the lag, the PvP issues, the issues with a certain move. They don't care. They're just gonna put stuff into the game, and hey, if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, well, tough luck. So that's the major nostalgia problem with the nostalgia, and that's the major problem with the game overall. As much, every game has a problem. Every game has bugs. Every game has lags. Every game has its fair share of issues. But if you're not gonna work with the community to fix the game, then it's just never going to be fixed. You're never gonna fix the right things. You're only gonna fix what you think and what you and your friends think, oh, we want to fix. You don't know if we want that to be fixed. So that's what the developers can do, but clearly we can't rely on them. Now for the players, I want to say help each other out. And it's really hard to help each other out in this game. And what I mean by that, if you just noticed, people in my party were fighting Jace, but I didn't help them out because I've already defeated Jace, and I don't want to go fight Jace again and risk losing Zenny and XP because I died to an NPC that I didn't even need to be fighting. Now, in yesterday's video that I made, someone made a comment saying that the developers have no intention of removing the Zenny and Zenny and XP loss, which is really sad, but I guess we're just gonna have to learn how to play like this. If that's what they've given us, that's what we're gonna have to work with. And some people just can't endure that, which is why they stopped playing. I mean, I stopped playing before Namek was released. I stopped playing just after the Halloween event had finished, because after I finished getting the Easter eggs, I worked so hard to get to Super Saiyan, and I just felt so underaccomplished because I was like, okay, I got this transformation. There's still so many other transformations after this. I mean, like, I basically accomplished nothing because I'm still weak. I still need multiple people to do quests with me. I've accomplished nothing by achieving this form, and I just felt useless, and I just stopped playing the game because why would I play a game where I'm trying so hard to progress and I don't feel my progression? I mean, I'm a Super Saiyan, but I still couldn't one-shot a level 1 snake. So yes, that's like one of the many reasons that people don't want to play this game anymore. The nostalgia problem, the lag problem, the developers not listening to the community, we as players not helping each other out, because yes, as much as we help the community out, you have to be able to help people who are low levels than you. And obviously that was much easier in the OG Final Stand to do that because you didn't have to risk losing your progress for simply trying to be a nice guy. So yeah, I completely understand why people wouldn't want to help, but let's just try to be more helpful. I mean, yeah, that's the most I can preach to that. Now I keep saying a Robux giveaway, and it's gonna keep on being the way I do outros to my video because that's like what I'm looking forward to now. So yes, at 100 subscribers, I will be doing a Robux giveaway. I cannot stress this enough. And if you want that giveaway, you're gonna have to get me to 100 subscribers. Obviously, not rushing anyone to subscribe to me. Just saying, if you're watching this video, please subscribe. It really doesn't take that much time out of your day. It's literally just a button. But yeah, also thank you guys so much for watching that last video. I'm still like shocked how well that video is doing. But yeah, I think every day I have new ideas of videos. I mean, I have 2 more ideas of videos that I'm gonna make. I'm probably gonna drop one tomorrow, then drop one the day after. And I can't wait for the space update, as I said yesterday, because that's gonna be a really good update. Hopefully I'm max level by then, so I should easily attain Super Saiyan Blue. And yeah, I hope we can build a really fun community around this channel. And yeah, see you later, guys.